Okay, welcome back to the Drop the Puck podcast. I'm your host Matt. I'm here with Bobby and Liam. Today we're going to be talking about the East Division, part of the new NHL divisions for this 2021 season. Just a few days away. We're all excited. We just had our fantasy draft today.
Some did better than others.
Some did better than others. That's all I'm going to say. If I lose to Liam, I'm going to cry. And yeah.
Check out our Instagram if you want to have a look at the
if you want to
draft
go
itself.
Go see our draft. We did some trades. If you want to know what the trades are, leave a comment or see on Instagram. But it's going to be difficult. If I'm going to be honest, I only got out of my whole I made a list on Friday night. I only got 4 guys I actually wanted, and I traded one of them away.
You still got Mitch?
You got Taylor Hall.
I'm really happy I snagged Mitch Marner. I thought he was gonna go right away.
Yeah, I was surprised about that too.
I genuinely thought he would have been a first rounder. Okay, but enough about fantasy. We'll see how it plays out. East Division. We got Boston, Buffalo, New Jersey, both New York teams, Philly, Pittsburgh, and Washington. Pretty interesting division. High caliber division. Probably the most high caliber we've had out of any of these other divisions. We're going to kick off with the Boston Bruins, led by new captain, Patrice Bergeron. I almost said Pastrnak. What do we think about the Bruins?
Now, they have been quite a monster in the past. I know the shudder of every Leafs fan when they find out that they'll be going against Boston in the playoffs.
Yep.
I'd rather not talk about that. For real, no.
What I've heard, they've been going on a decrease as of late.
They're kind of so obviously, they got Pastrnak, Marchand, Bergeron. They lost Terry Krug. They got Rask and Halak in net. Still got Krejci. And they got a lot of young guys. They did lose their captains in Zdeno Chara. And he did put out a statement saying that the organization's looking for a lot of more young talent, and that's why he's not there. So could we see Boston start to move away from some of these some of the older guys who aren't performing great and try to make a trade?
It's definitely a possibility.
I could see them making trades, just a lot of on the edges because they still have a really good core. I like the core. You got Pastrnak.
They do have an excellent core.
Marchand, Bergeron. They lost Torrey Krug, as you said.
So just to point out there, Pastrnak had 70 games, 48 goals, 47 assists for 97 points. Marchand finished with 87, Patrice 56. So quite a drop off there, but still high numbers. And then if we're gonna go over to goaltenders, Rask led the team with 26 wins, 28 losses, 26 wins, 8 losses, 6 OT losses, 2.12 goals against average, save percentage of .929, and Jaroslav Halak still played amazing. 18 wins, 6 losses, 6 OT losses, 2.39 goals against average, and a .919 save percentage. Amazing numbers from both goalies, and they got position guys putting up great numbers. I'm just scrolling through here. I'm not in terms of plus minus, they're basically all in the plus. Krug's a minus, but he's gone. And they only got 1 or 2 other guys that are in the minus column. Is the Bruins gonna do well in this division?
I would call them a playoff lock, I'll be honest. As a Leafs fan, as you've duly pointed out, I shudder when I see David Pastrnak, Brad Marchand, and Patrice Bergeron all in the same lineup.
We're all going to throw it out here. Liam's a Leafs fan. Bobby's Toronto. I'm Buffalo. We fucking hate Boston. Like,
We acknowledge their
Red
greatness.
hot passion.
We acknowledge their greatness as a whole, but
they're a great team with great players, but we hate them.
I'm happy they're not in
Boston.
my. I'm happy they're not in my division. Good luck, Matt. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry.
What makes them so great is what makes them so shitty.
Now, if this was a
Just keep
season
winning.
like any other season, we would see both Toronto and Boston get out of each division and play each other in the playoffs.
And Bobby would also be crying, not just me.
Very much so.
Yeah. Then we would all be crying.
It's gonna be interesting. And
Paul was with us.
Paul would
If
be
Paul was
crying
with us tonight, he would be crying as well,
That's right.
Montreal.
because I'm sure he has no pleasant memories with Boston.
Oh yeah, sorry guys that Paul isn't with us tonight. He had a little extra homework he had to finish up, but don't worry, we're not going to make that a regular thing.
Yeah. So Boston playoff team? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely playoff team.
Absolutely, I'm on 100%.
This is not
Yeah,
the season where they start to go under completely, but if they keep bringing in unexperienced guys, they're
They're no Stanley Cup contenders.
well, yeah.
I think they're gonna be right on the bubble. They're not
They're
like
not-
a lock, but I think they're right on the bubble.
They're not a contender the same way Vegas, maybe or Tampa Bay is, but they're probably the leader of the pack if you're looking outside there.
I'm just pulling up the bracket from last season. Just to kind of see. So it was the Bruins lost to Tampa in the second round. They beat Carolina in the first. So you know what? I think if they don't bump into Tampa, they're probably going to go pretty far. But like Bobby said, I don't think they got that Stanley Cup team like some of these other teams in the division do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are we done talking about Boston?
I'm more than happy to
have to
wipe
cry.
that from my memory.
Okay, no more Boston talk. We're done.
All right.
If anyone comments Boston in the comments, you're banned.
Talking about Boston at all was long enough.
Now, the Buffalo Sabres.
Well, I think you've got a lot of talk about this. Matt. Why don't we just
If you look at the
hang over the reins
division,
to you?
if you look at the division, everyone's gonna say they're the second worst or third worst team in this division. But I'm gonna convince you they're going to the playoffs. 100% going to the playoffs. We picked up Taylor Hall. That's the only big name. we had
Eric
Reinhardt, Eichel, Golofsson, Dahlin, Ristolainen. We got some big guys. They just haven't been producing a lot. Jack Eichel produced a lot. He had 36 goals, 42 assists for 78 points. Reinhardt had 50. Olofsson had 42. That was Olofsson's first full season, and he put up 42 points. He's a star. Dahlin had a major improvement from his, some would say, bust rookie season. Does Buffalo have a chance of going to the playoffs?
Absolutely. I don't.
Liam's got like a smirk on his face, like
Liam can't wait to trash Buffalo making the playoffs, but let's see. I would say Philadelphia, Boston, Washington are locks. Washington might be a question mark.
See,
Other
like
than that,
Buffalo picked up Taylor Hall. They picked up Eric Stahl. They picked up Toby Reeder, Matt Irving, Davidson, and then they got Dylan Cousins, who just came off of a record-breaking World Juniors, and they got Jack Quinn, who did phenomenal in the juniors, but we don't know if those guys are making starting rosters yet. We picked up Riley Shanahan from Oilers. In terms of forwards, we got it locked, but our defense is just not there. And same with our goaltending. So Linus Ullmark went 17 wins, 14 losses, 3 OT losses, with a 2.69 goals against average, and a 9.15 save percentage. That's amazing. That's a great season. But Carter Hutton, on the other hand, who said he was dealing with vision problems for most of the season, went 12 wins, 14 losses, 4 OT losses, a 3.18 goals against average, and an 8.98 save percentage. Really, the numbers aren't there at all. To put it into perspective, Buffalo had 193 goals for and 215 goals against, which isn't the most in the NHL, but it's up there. So
Yeah.
what is Buffalo?
Aside from Linus, they don't really have much in the way of goaltenders.
What is Buffalo gonna have to do to kind of have a playoff run that they haven't had in 10 years now?
Well, they need to straighten up their defense. First things first. Like you said it yourself. I'm sorry, you said it yourself. They're settled when they have when it comes to forwards. They have all the forwards they need. Their forward is great. Their defense is just way too
sloppy.
Vacant.
It's just not there.
Yeah,
It's
the
just
spots are just not there.
If they can, and like I know they've been working hard at this. If they tighten up their defense, put a little pressure, take a little pressure off your goalie, they really got a shot of going to the playoffs.
I think Buffalo lucked out this year with the division they have. I'm sure we'll cover the rest of the division. Most other teams
got fucked with the division they got.
Hang on. Most other teams in this division have issues of their own, are falling off. They're not as good as they used to be. I think with a bit of luck and with solid improvement from all your Buffalo players, I think they actually do have a chance at the playoffs.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna stop you here. I'm gonna look at this playoff bracket. You ready? Freaking, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the teams in this division, 5 of the 8 teams in this division went to the playoffs, and every single one of them got past the first round. This division is the hardest division we're covering.
I don't know. I think everyone has issues of their own. Washington lost Braden Holtby, signed Linequist. What happens? Linequist goes out with heart surgery.
Yeah, but they got Snoznob or whatever his name is. He's an amazing goalie. He put up excellent numbers, and we're definitely going to cover that later. But that's a really big issue.
If Buffalo sets himself upright, if Taylor Hall is everything Buffalo needs him to be, I see them having a path to the playoffs again with a bit of luck.
I think they got to try to catch some of these teams on bad days and just
that's what I'm saying.
Not be a high caliber oh my god, we got to prepare for Buffalo. Kind of hang around looking
we'll cover the rest of the division, but lots of other teams have issues of their own.
They got to kind of hang around there. It's it's Buffalo, no one cares, and then just start one game here, one game there, get a string of games going. Like last year, it's so sad for me to say this, but when we were in March, Buffalo hadn't won back-to-back games since early December of 2019 was the last time they've won back-to-back games. And that's shit. If we can just string together something, they're going to be fine. And we've shown that we can just push right off the bat. We've been first for 24 hours, back-to-back seasons. Counted on a watch, it was 24 hours, and then their next game came and it all went to shit. And we just gotta capitalize on that momentum. And Buffalo, I think, is definitely gonna be a playoff team.
I don't know. It just feels like in order to get to the playoffs and to get far into the playoffs, Buffalo needs to be consistently lucky.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to get lucky with a good
I think instead of saying
games, but no. It's one thing to get lucky, but all of these teams in the Eastern in the Atlantic Division, even though they're starting to go off, they're not as good as they once were, like Bobby said. I mean, with the exception of New Jersey and maybe Washington, all of these teams still have the chance to get it into the playoffs. What does Buffalo have that's going to guarantee them their spot?
Jack
Without
Eichel
just-
and Taylor Hall.
Oh,
that's
they
what
can
they
be
got.
lucky. They can,
That's what they got. They got
For
Jack
teams,
Eichel.
they need at least
I think-
one team to fall off,
Instead of saying
and
they
then
need
for them
luck,
to slip in.
instead of saying they need luck, they got to tighten up their defense, get some pressure off the goalie, like I said, and then just try to string stuff here. Just
Right.
goal here and a goal there, and you got yourself a playoff spot.
it's not impossible.
No, absolutely not.
I don't want to say it, but we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to our next team, which is the New Jersey Devils.
Ooh.
So right off the bat,
The Detroit Red Wings of the Atlantic Division.
right off the bat, are the Devils going to the playoffs?
Nope.
Uh,
You look at this division, no.
well, I think a big thing was they put a lot of faith in signing Corey Crawford, and what did he do on them? He retired.
Oh,
We haven't
Why?
brought that up yet.
Like what? This, you know what? Let's just make this a surprise question, and let's do it right now. Why the hell did Corey Crawford sign $1 million deal and then retire?
or maybe something came up in his personal life.
He says he's just had enough of the game. Like, it's given him everything he's ever wanted. And, like, I could see why he retires, but you kind of just screwed over New Jersey because you just signed $1 million deal. And you just bailed on them.
Maybe he wants to intentionally screw over Jersey.
He's a real dick if he wants to do that. But it's just like...
He's had
it's
this
like,
plan.
Hey, we're not
the
Devils
past
fans.
10 years.
it's just like, why? Like, New Jersey spent a lot of time pursuing him, and now that he's gone, they don't really have much for goalies. They got Blackwood. Blackwood's a solid goalie. He had 22 wins, 14 losses, 8 OT losses, with 277 goals against average and a 915 save percentage.
That's
But, like,
good.
then they also got goalies like Schneider, who I'm fairly certain they got rid of. And thank God, because he was dog shit.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm just looking at this. Most of their players, like, they didn't have a player with 50 points.
No.
No.
Jack
And a lot of
Hughes,
their players are minus as well.
Jack Hughes underplayed in his rookie season. He did so bad. He played 61 games with only 21 points. He went first overall. How the hell do you do that?
It's
Like,
the Devils.
No
I
one
think
wants
it's-
to say he's a bust. I say he's a bust, but I also have faith that he's going to bounce back in his second year.
Maybe the pressure just got to him. Maybe he just needs some time to adjust, you know?
You might just need some time to develop, which I think is the case. You just got to get some used to it. But, like, it's not what you hope for your first overall pick.
Yeah.
I mean, I will perfectly well agree with Liam on anything. He is the Detroit Red Wings of the Metropolitan Division. And now they put them in this division.
I thought you were going to say Liam's the Detroit Red Wings of this podcast,
Oh, no.
which is also true.
No,
No.
the Devils,
I mean, no, yeah, that is very
No.
I do not
Yeah,
have
kidding.
them making the playoffs. There's room for improvement. I don't know where they drafted in this year's draft. I didn't pay much attention. But I don't know. I don't see much to look forward to in this New Jersey Devils roster.
I'm just gonna take a look at some of the free agents they got, just to see whatever transactions. Not a lot, which isn't very good. I'm trying to see how much they gave Corey Crawford, or if it was a trade. Just give me 1 second. I think it was a trade for Corey Crawford, if I'm not mistaken. They did get Johansson from the Leafs. That's a decent deal. They got Ryan Murray from Columbus. These are like really early, like last year trades. I don't see New Jersey going to the playoffs. I don't
Nope.
really see them having a chance here. I think that they're just gonna
not.
be. I just think they're gonna be focused on rebuilding and like trying to find the pieces to make a team. Because like we can all go through Buffalo. Buffalo's got their core. Boston's got their core.
Yep.
Pittsburgh, Philly, everyone's got a core.
Mm-hmm.
New Jersey doesn't. They don't have a core of guys, and like maybe they'll build it around Jack Hughes when he starts to be playing good. But like if you don't have a core of guys to build around, like there's not much you can do throughout a season, especially in a shortened season, because you got to be going right off the bat. So for the New Jersey Devils, we love you, but good luck.
Yeah, any Devils fans, please be gentle.
We do not mean to trash the Devils. They have more hope than the Red Wings.
We're getting mean on this podcast.
They have a bright future. Let's be fair, but in terms of this year, they're not.
I just don't see it happening this year.
We're starting to get like we're assholes on this podcast. We call it as it is. Detroit and New Jersey, goodbye.
We don't hold any punches.
You have futures. It's just not this year. It's not this year.
I could see New Jersey with a good future, but it's just not.
Absolutely.
So let's move on to a more promising team. The Islanders, New York Islanders, Barzal, Nielsen, Justin Bailey, Lee, Emberly, and then like those are all very, very good players. And they got Varlamov and Grease in goal. Two excellent goaltenders, very good guys. Varlamov had 19 wins, 14 losses, 6 OT losses, with a .262 goals against average and a .914 save percentage. They did go to the second round, and they went all the way to the Eastern Conference. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. And they lost to Tampa. They lost 4-2 to Tampa. It was close. Like I thought the Islanders were gonna bring that upset, and I was gonna love it because I hate Tampa, and I wanted to see the toughest team get their ass kicked and not go to the Stanley Cup. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Do the Islanders have a shot?
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I don't understand the hype you have with the Islanders. I really don't.
They're very well-rounded.
They're well-rounded, sure, but I've never seen it.
I don't see
why
they
lost Grease this offseason. I understand that.
I don't see why they wouldn't have a shot to go to the playoffs.
You just I understand where Bobby's coming from. You don't see the wow factor.
I don't see the wow factor in these Islanders.
I mean, I can kind of agree with you on that. There's not a one single element that makes them a shoo-in, but just
I think it's different.
I have them more at
just their average
level.
I think it's different. So like
I have them at Buffalo's level.
Like let's just step back to Buffalo for a second. Yeah. Let's say you're not a Buffalo fan. Okay? Right. No one here's a Buffalo fan except me. The only players you're really gonna know: Eichel, Dahlin, and Taylor Hall.
Taylor Hall and Eichel, maybe. I know Eichel.
Let's just say like you're a random Buffalo fan. You know those three.
Right.
On the Penguins, you automatically know Malkin and Crosby. On the Islanders, who do you know? Right off the bat, if you're just walking the street.
Barzal.
That's it. They got one superstar, but all these other pieces are guys who are flying under the radar, cheaper guys who still play good hockey. Like they've shown that they can go far in the playoffs, and like the Islanders have a cheap team full of good hockey players, and like that's pretty good. That's instead of paying one guy millions and millions of dollars. I know Barzal just asked for a really big contract extension. Instead of paying one guy millions of dollars, they got a bunch of little pieces that just form up really well, and that's what you want in a hockey team.
Mm-hmm. You can't just rely on one single person to skyrocket you to the playoffs. I don't see the reason in that.
I could see the Islanders making it pretty far in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any element that would hold them back from going to the playoffs. But
Exactly.
I mean, like Bobby said, there's also nothing really eye-catching as well.
Would a fair assessment
There's
be
just very
there's no
well-rounded.
bad players?
A fair assessment would be there's no bad players, but there's
Yeah.
no great players. They're just a
They're
good bunch
great,
of
but
guys.
there's nothing that would
It's a good bunch of
Great.
guys.
lower
Yeah,
their
Nielsen,
ceiling.
he's pretty good.
If we
No
say
question
if we
marks.
say
You know we're
mediocre, can we just say mediocre? Like they're average?
Well, hopefully there's no Islanders fans who are going to shit on me in the comments.
Yeah, that's not just shit on people. So I think Islanders got a good shot. Now let's move on. This is the team that I thought would finish second last to the Red Wings, actually.
Really?
The Rangers. The Rangers did make it to the playoffs. No, wait, did they? No, they didn't. They lost in the qualifier, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it.
I remember they got the first overall pick.
Yeah.
And the world was freaking out about that. Alex Lafreniere. He's going to be amazing for them. But they lost Henrik Lundqvist. And in a time where they needed a goalie, what didn't they sign this season? A goalie. They did not get a goaltender. So they're stuck with Gregorov, who had 17 wins, 14 losses, 2 OT losses, and then he had a 304 goals against average and a 910 save percentage. He
Not a
almost went
bad-
negative.
Am I the
Lundqvist
only one
went,
who sees
Not a bad
Shesterkin?
goalie.
10-2. Jeez.
that was. Wait, where do you see 10-2?
Shesterkin.
I
12
don't
games
see-
played, 10-2 with a 932 save percentage.
Do they still have him?
I have no idea. I don't see him on TSN.
All right.
It also says Lundqvist for me. And that's not an option. So they lost. They lost the King. They got Perron. They got Strome. They got D'Angelo. They got Fox. They got Trouba. Some good guys.
He's a
Huh?
rookie last year. That might be why.
Perron had 95 points. Zibanejad had 75. Strome had 59. So good bunch of guys. But I don't know. Like, I think Gregorov, looking at the stats now, he might hold up, but it's a Henrik Lundqvist. Like, how do you find a replacement for Henrik Lundqvist?
Draft
I think
someone.
comparing him to Lundqvist is kind of unfair to him. Like, he's a fine goalie in his own right. I agree that it's a massive loss to get rid of your head goalie like that, but I mean, I think he's not going to perform as well. We know
No.
that for certain, but I think he has a chance to hold his own.
He probably does, but like, it's just really weird. It's going to be weird to see Henrik Lundqvist not play for the Rangers.
Yeah,
Like, I haven't lived without Henrik on the Rangers.
you gotta.
Yeah.
These things happen, man. Like, he was going to leave that team eventually.
Yeah.
It was a shame. to
I
see.
would have liked to see him play for Washington.
I think that would have been
really
good.
would have,
I
actually.
Oh,
think,
he
it-
would've-
I think that would have been a really good fit. But you know what? It just wasn't there. He's got the heart condition now. And you know what? Henrik Lundqvist, we wish you the best. Hope to see you soon. Do the Rangers make the playoffs?
I mean, I said before that I thought any of these teams, with a few exceptions, could go to the playoffs. But now looking at it, we're at the Rangers. I'm kind of skeptical now. I don't know if they could.
I'm thinking it's close.
I would put the Rangers one rung below the Islanders and Buffalo for that last playoff spot.
Yeah. I'm just thinking it's going to be Islanders and Buffalo fighting
They'll
for the
be
last spot.
competitive with.
You don't have to
Lafreniere.
be nice here. If you think Buffalo
No,
is
no,
shit,
no.
say Buffalo is shit.
I think I think Islanders and Buffalo are on that rung looking for the last playoff spot should Pittsburgh choke it up. I genuinely think that. I think Rangers are one rung below that.
I don't think Pittsburgh's gonna choke.
Well, if they do, if things don't fall their way, I genuinely see the Islanders and Buffalo being competitive for that last playoff spot.
I can see that too.
And who knows, maybe I'll eat my words in April or May.
Like my kind of 3 for the last playoff spot is Islanders, Buffalo, and Rangers. Definitely. Not in that order. Be Buffalo, Islanders, Rangers instead. Praise the Lord.
Yep. So we agree,
please,
okay.
please, Jesus.
Answer Matt's prayers. I mean, it makes no
Answer the
difference to
city
me.
of Buffalo's prayers. It's a lot further than mine. But yeah, like Rangers, I think got a shot, but I just don't think they're gonna get it. I'm a little biased too, but you know what? I just don't see them. Don't see them having the momentum that they've had in previous years.
They could go either way, I see.
Now let's move on now to the Philadelphia Flyers. This is a great bunch of guys: Claude Giroux, Couturier, Voracek, Van Riemsdyk. Like excellent players, and the goaltending of Brian Elliott and Carter Hart is just phenomenal to watch. This is a team that's going to go far in the playoffs. So Carter Hart had 24 wins, 13 losses, 3 OT losses with a 442 goals against average and a 914 save percentage. Excellent goaltenders. They got the top was 61 points, 59, 56, 53. Bunch of guys, up higher in points. What do you guys think about the Flyers? I think they're going to go to the playoffs.
Absolutely. No, I'd call them a lock. In this division, I would call them a lock.
I think
a playoff lock. That seems like a fair assessment.
I think high caliber team definitely going to do something good this year.
I think it's between Flyers and Pittsburgh as like the top spot in this division. Honestly,
I think like
the Flyers and who?
Philadelphia and Pittsburgh.
If I'm going to be honest, I'm throwing Washington on the top spot.
Yeah. Flyers and Washington. Yeah, that's fair.
We're not going to say anything
Pittsburgh isn't what they used to be.
We're not going to say any lineups yet. We're going to say that at the end of the episode. But I think, Washington's right up there.
This might be the division we least agree on for our standings.
Probably. This is going to be a real tough decision. I couldn't imagine if Paul was here, the kind of controversy we'd have.
As a Leafs fan, I miss James Van Riemsdyk so much.
He was a great player. He still is a great player.
I remember the season he scored 36 goals. It was, I think, our second or third line centerman. Oh, that was great.
36 is the third line.
Yeah. Might have been probably was second, but I still remember that season. That was fucking amazing.
Okay, let's move on. Pittsburgh Penguins. Malkin, Crosby, Letang, Rust, Gensel, McCain, Hornquist. Goaltending. Goaltending, they got Tristan Jarry, which he's a young guy, but still put up really, really good numbers for the franchise. Are they a playoff team?
If anyone's going to fall out of the playoff bracket, it'll be Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yes. I genuinely agree with that sentiment.
So I'm just looking.
Well, I mean, they've lost momentum in the last couple of years, but they're still strong.
They didn't make it to the first round of the playoffs.
Didn't Montreal beat them to make it?
Yeah, they beat them in the
qualifier round.
Beat them in the qualifier. I think Pittsburgh, just because the division they're in, they got a real good shot.
You can feel free. You can feel free to shit on these next words, but Sidney Crosby has lost that wow factor for me.
Really?
You're Canadian. No.
I remember Sidney Crosby's heyday. I'm looking at the 2019 stats for Sidney Crosby. 16 goals and 31 assists in 41 games played for 47 points. If he played more games, sure, I would absolutely be able to see him putting up better numbers, but I do not think that the Pittsburgh Penguins are a lock because of Sidney Crosby anymore.
No Canadian is allowed to hate on that beautiful
I do not
man.
hate him.
You
I
are
do
not
hate
allowed
on him.
to say
I'm
that.
just saying we cannot use Sidney Crosby anymore as a justification for putting the Pittsburgh Penguins in the playoffs.
As much as I want to disagree with you, he is right.
Sidney
But
Crosby.
It's not like he's a bad player. He's still an all-star.
No, he is an all-star. Sidney Crosby is who made me love hockey. But I do not say Sidney Crosby will push the Pittsburgh Penguins into the playoffs anymore.
I think
You know what? That's fair.
I think
That's
in
fair.
today's day and age, where hockey is just so competitive, and each
Yeah.
team is getting their own Sidney Crosbys constantly. Like, we can't just say because Crosby is on the Penguins that they're going to make it. Because, like, Oilers have McDavid, Washington has Ovi, Buffalo has Eichel, yada, yada, yada. They all have a high-caliber player. It takes a bunch of high-caliber players combined, and the Penguins have that. They still got Mulligan. They still got Rush. They still got Letang. They still got Gensel. They still got Hornquist. They got
Hornquist
a bunch.
got traded.
Didn't.
He got sent to Florida. That was the biggest thing for me about Pittsburgh. Was Sidney...
Shit, he did. They did.
No, that's why I was saying if anyone was going to fall out, it'd be Pittsburgh. They traded Hornquist.
They traded Sheary. I know they got rid of Sheary.
Yeah. Matt Murray left for Ottawa. That's why I'm saying if anyone's going to fall off, it'll be Pittsburgh.
They did get some talent from the Ottawa trade. Oh yeah. So here's the Hornquist trade. Mike Matheson and Colton Savory or whatever his name is. You know, it's still like good guys. Oh yeah, and then they traded Rodriguez to the Leafs.
All right, they got
Kapanen. That's a
back.
big name.
Mm-hmm.
They got Lingard and Aberg. I don't know. I like honestly comparing them to what they have to the small pieces they lost to the new pieces they've gained. They're a playoff team. In my eyes, they're a playoff.
I can agree with you on that. I don't have them as a lock, but I would agree with you that they are a playoff caliber team.
Yeah, they're definitely there.
I'll agree with you, Bobby, that Crosby has lost a bit of his edge, but the team as a whole definitely has lost.
Sidney Crosby fans, I apologize. I love Sidney Crosby.
No, you need to fall in love with hockey. You need to beg Justin Trudeau for forgiveness at this point.
No. I am allowed to express my views on how I see Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm allowed to do that. Whether they're right is entirely different.
It's true.
I still think they're going. Maybe not a walk-in, but I have good faith in them.
Yeah,
right.
I think they're definitely gonna go to the playoffs. This is a fast-moving episode. We're productive today.
Are we already on Washington?
We're already on Washington.
Oh my gosh!
Like we got so Washington's got Carlson, who Liam stole from me in Fantasy League and refuses to trade him, and I'm pissed off at you.
Because I know he's the best player on my Fantasy League.
I'm
surprised that nobody scooped him up before me.
No, the round you took him was the round I was planning on taking him.
Oh my god!
You picked one ahead of me, and I wanted him.
I have no words for Liam about Carlson. I'm just going to leave it at that.
So there's Carlson, Ov, Backstrom, Kuznetsov, Oshie, Wilson.
Wilson. That's funny.
And now they still have Samsonov. I picked him up in fantasy for a steal in like the 12th round. Top ranked goalie. He had 16 wins, 6 losses, 2 OT losses, a 2.55 goals against average, and a 9.13 save percentage. I do believe they picked up Craig Anderson. I'm just checking that real quick. I think they did pick up Craig Anderson. No, they did not. I saw somewhere that they picked up Craig Anderson. It was just I didn't believe it. But they did pick up Connor Sherry, and then they got Chara to add some depth into their defense.
Okay.
Like, this is the team. Like, for me in this league, this is the team that's gonna be the big guy to get through. Like, this is the team that's top of the league for me, in my eyes. Like, I think the Washington Capitals have an excellent shot of making it to the playoffs and being a really big force.
Washington is them and Pittsburgh are my playoff locks for this division. Or did I say Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania?
Yeah,
Philly.
I was just like, you were just shitting all
You were
over.
just
Sorry.
You just said they're not going
The
anywhere.
Flyers and the Capitals are my playoff locks for this division. Everyone else can battle it out for the other two spots, as far as I'm concerned.
Like, yeah, it's really interesting. Like, I know my top three, and like, it's gonna be a really interesting division this year.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember who said it, but I know that early on we said that this is like pretty much the
most competitive division.
exactly, yeah.
This
Like,
is
there are some really
hard.
heavy hitters here.
This is like the big leagues here, but like, I'm rethinking all this. I don't think Buffalo's going to the playoffs. Like, I think we're gonna be close, but like, really,
I still stand with my estimate. I still stand with what I've said.
like,
I do not
Carlson
regret anything I've
had
said.
75 points, Ovi 67, Backstrom 54, Kuznetsov 52. All great players. All
Shocker,
excellent.
Ovi once again scores how many goals? 48 goals. Just casual 48 goals for Ovechkin.
It's Ovi. He doesn't have a lot of assists, but it's Ovi.
He has more goals than assists.
So, what's our ranking? What's our ranking here, boys?
Oh, give me a minute.
Washington did lose in the first round to the Islanders of the playoffs last season. I do think that this is going to be their year, but we'll see. I'll kick it off. I'm looking at this. I'm thinking Washington, Boston, Philly, and then either Buffalo or Pittsburgh for the fourth spot.
Ooh.
I did talk, and like, I'd throw the Islanders in there. But I'm saying Buffalo or Pittsburgh.
Sounds like my attitude about the Islanders is rubbing off.
It is a little bit, but I still got a feeling that they're gonna be a special team. Okay, let's break it down. Okay, Bobby, you're number one.
All right.
You're number one.
Washington, Philly, Boston, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Islanders, Rangers, Devils.
Oh, I forgot to do my bottom, so it'd be. Let's throw Buffalo fourth, Pittsburgh fifth, Islanders sixth, and then Rangers, New Jersey. Liam?
I'm gonna say Philly, Boston, Washington, Pittsburgh. Then I guess yeah, okay. Buffalo, then Islanders, Rangers, New Jersey.
It's really tough because, like, you're just looking at this and you're like, oh, I got my four here, and then you just go back to the top of the list,
exactly.
and you're like, shit, I forgot about them. Like it's a fucked up division.
I know.
Okay, so number one, you said Pittsburgh, sorry, you said Philly, Liam,
That's right.
and Bobby and I both said Washington.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so we're
said
gonna-
Pittsburgh?
no,
I
he said Philly. He said Philly.
Oh, you said okay. Thanks.
Well,
So
to be honest,
our-
I don't
I was gonna
really
have
know all
words.
that much
We're
about.
saying so. Majority would be Washington's gonna win the division.
Yeah.
I
I
think
don't
they
know much
just-
about Washington, so I didn't.
Again, we
I
can
could
feel
honestly
free to
pick them if I
rewatch
did.
these podcasts come playoff time and see how wrong we all were.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're probably
Like,
gonna
I will probably end up eating my words about Pittsburgh,
This is
but I
definitely
don't
a
regret
tie.
saying them now.
Number twos. What do we got? I said Boston.
I said Philly.
I think I also said Boston.
So Boston would probably be our second spot. Unless you want to move Philly to second, Liam. No.
Washington,
Then that
Washington and
means I
Philly
think
were neck
Boston
and neck
is
for the
top spot, and I
Metropolitan.
don't think they are a top spot.
No. Yeah, I think it's going to be Boston in the second. Just because, well, maybe not even. Because Boston didn't have a great season last season.
These teams have to play each other 8 times apiece.
Like, it's really difficult.
Like, how many... I see Philly and Washington running away with the division, Buffalo doing its thing, and coming in third. I really do see that happening.
I'm going to use my one redo. Washington, Philly, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Islanders, Boston.
What?
Yeah.
Boston in the lowest spot?
Yeah. You know,
Oh my
I
God,
think
really?
they lost Chara. I think they're going to fall off. You know what? We're going to
They're
throw it
going to
out there.
fall off, but not out of the playoffs.
Yeah. They're still going to the playoffs, probably.
I
Did
mean,
we also-
this has nothing to do with our collective hatred of Brad Marchand, correct? This
Yeah.
is sensible
This is-
thinking.
I don't
maybe
think
a little bit.
I don't think Boston's going to do it.
I think Charlie McAvoy steps up for Boston and fills in the Torrey Krug role.
No,
I
I,
really
think
do.
they lost two key roles. I don't think they got it. I really don't. So second, I say Philly for a second.
I say Philly.
Liam for a second.
Okay, I'm going to switch around Boston and Washington. Washington is now the second. Boston is now third.
Okay, so Philly is second.
Charlie McAvoy's plus 24 on the season, and you don't think he can fill in the
I don't
Torrey
think
Krug
he's
role.
enough. He can fill in. I don't think he's enough.
Hey,
So
oh my God.
yeah,
I
no, we're throwing it
Cannot
out
believe
there.
these words.
Boston is not making the playoffs. And you liked it. That's a hot.
For
it's
the
a hot
love of
take for you.
God.
I
Boston
would-
is not making.
I would scream if I saw Boston not go to the playoffs. That's my dream.
It's my dream. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna make the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, like I think they are going to make it, but
They will make
No, I-
the playoffs. There is not enough competition in this division for Boston to really get run out of the playoffs.
Yes, controversy. I love making my friends fight.
There
Okay,
is not a chance in hell they don't make the playoffs.
I say they don't. I say
listen,
they.
I would love to think
I
that
say they
don't
fall
make it
off
to
the rails
playoffs.
and Buffalo gets some rails.
Who's a better team, Buffalo or Boston, going
Buffalo.
into the season?
Yeah.
Buffalo's a better team going into the season. Once we get like 10 games in, it's gonna be Boston. But right now, Buffalo's better.
I don't believe that for an instant.
Once we play one game of the season, Boston's gonna be better. But right now, it's Buffalo.
I'm just
Oh.
waiting
Boston's
for you to get out
line
your whiteboard
outclasses
with all the
any of Buffalo's
wires
lines.
connected. See, no, this is how they're gonna make it. See,
This is Buffalo's year. Buffalo's gonna go to the playoffs. Okay, number three. I got Pittsburgh. I got Pittsburgh at number 3.
Boston.
yeah, Boston.
Okay, so Boston's number 3.
Hey.
We're not. We just talked about it. Move on. Number 4. I say Buffalo.
Oh, I say Pittsburgh.
I'm also saying Pittsburgh.
Okay, so Pittsburgh's number 4. I'm not gonna argue it. Really, I'm not gonna argue it. Buffalo number 5.
Buffalo number 5.
Buffalo number 5.
I think
Liam?
I think I put Buffalo number 5.
Okay, Buffalo number 5. That's all that
Alright.
matters. The other, I'm gonna say Boston number 6 in my opinion, but really number 6 is probably gonna be the Islanders,
Islanders.
and then
7.
Rangers, New Jersey. Is that fair?
Rangers, New Jersey. Yeah.
But like even then, the Rangers and Islanders both still have a chance. Like it's gonna be really, really close for that. But it's gonna be weird seeing like the Islanders who went to the conference maybe not even make the playoffs just because of the high caliber like division this is.
No. If any team falls off a cliff in this division, it's the Islanders. It is in no way in hell the Bruins.
I think it's the Bruins. You know what? I just don't think the Bruins are gonna repeat it. I don't think they're going to have another good season. I think it's their turn to fall off and let another B team come in, and that's Buffalo.
That's funny. Right, because Pasternak at the age of 24 is going to fall off.
NHL posted a video saying that Patrice Bergeron is a bust. And I'm sticking to it. He's a bust. He's going to not have a great season.
Oh my gosh.
They say he's a bust in fantasy. I'm saying he's not having a great
words.
season. And Pasternak's injured too right now. So we don't know how long that's going to last. But there's a bunch of stuff. I feel like I feel still so stupid about fantasy. I almost took Kucherov off waivers, forgetting he's out for the season. That would have been bad.
Yeah, this is all we need to know.
Okay, so our top 4: Washington, Philly, Boston, Pittsburgh. I think that's fair. I think that's pretty good, honestly.
We can all agree on that.
Yeah, like even though Buffalo's not there and Boston's there, I can agree with it. Yeah, that's fair to say. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a very, very interesting division.
Oh yeah, this is.
I am absolutely going to.
This is like, if anyone loves hockey, this is the must-watch division. This is like.
That's a very good way to
say division, like nitty-gritty, like 2-1 games, fights, rivalries.
This ain't your mama's hockey league.
Like if you want flashy, high-powered hockey, go to the West Division. If you want competitive,
if you want to see Tampa just destroy everyone.
If you want competitive hockey, go to the Central. If you want like a nitty-gritty, like fun division,
if you want shit,
go to the East.
Thinking
division.
They're gonna do something, go to the Central.
Yeah.
Like let's just be honest. So, how do we go from the Central, which is basically putting, like, you're going to the Stanley Cup for Tampa Bay on a platter?
Yeah.
Like they're basically just giving it to them. To freaking Washington.
Maybe they believe that
in the same
Stanley Cup rematch 8 times in a season is going to attract viewers. Tampa Bay doesn't have a clear path. I genuinely don't think they do.
This is like legitimately, as a Buffalo fan, I would have loved Buffalo in any other division. Any other division, I would have said, you know what? This is like our time to shine. This division is like maybes. Like
besides the North Division, you're in the best division.
You really think they could hold their own in the Central?
Not a chance.
Yeah,
West, I think definitely not. I think East and West, East and North.
Buffalo in the West not holding their own.
Central not holding their own.
No, in Central
North.
No, I think Central they could.
North Canada Division, Buffalo could plow through. I genuinely believe that.
Let's say we switch out Chicago for Buffalo in the Central. I could see them doing something special there.
In that case, Buffalo's coming dead last. No. They're not coming dead last. They're coming second. No.
We're way better than Florida.
Not a chance.
Yeah, with what we got.
I mean, maybe.
Better than Florida.
They still need a lot of luck. Either way, they're going to need a lot of luck.
It's gonna be an interesting season. Well, we did the fun question in the middle of the segment. Let's do another fun question.
Yay!
Yay!
Let's see here. What do we got? I don't even know what a good question would be. Corey Crawford retiring was a really, really big thing. I'm shocked. I'm shocked he's only 10 seasons in, and he retired. Like, it seems a little young for a goaltender.
Did he play in the minors for so long? Because I meant he would have been a rookie at the age of 26.
I have no idea.
Well, he retired as 2-time Stanley Cup winner.
Just look up Corey Crawford and see what comes up.
He got drafted in '03. So yeah, he would have played in the minors for a number of years. 52nd overall in '03 to Chicago.
I'm just going to see. So he played for the Moncton Wildcats from 01 to 05. Then went to the AHL and played for the Norfolk Admirals, yeah. And then was in and out of the NHL for a bit, and then didn't get like a full season until 2010, 2011. So, like, yeah, he's been in and out of the NHL for quite a bit. But, like, if you look at it, like, his career started off like, kid, you might not make it. Because he was in and out a lot.
But he had a hell of a career. I'll give him that.
He did have a great career. You know what? They gave him a shot. And what did he do? 2012, he gave him a Stanley Cup.
Corey Crawford retired the way I wished Henrik Lundqvist would. Just never playing a game for another team. I would be perfectly happy if Henrik Lundqvist retired. He had a good career.
He did.
He had a good career. I wouldn't want to see him play for Washington.
I love how, just on the website I'm referencing, it says part of his career was the New Jersey Devils. Very short-lived. Did you hear about Brad Marchand had the shortest captaincy in NHL history? About 10 seconds.
Gosh.
So, yeah, NHL posted about this on Instagram. So, obviously, Patrice Bergeron got it. But they're announcing it, and, like, everyone's expecting Bergeron. And they have Marchand's jersey with a C. And, like, I was like, how? And they just gave it. And then he said, like, no, it's Bergeron. We all know that. That was funny. Do we think in the future he'll ever be a captain if Bergeron leaves?
They'll give it to Pastrnak by the time Bergeron leaves.
Probably. I don't think Marchand has like the respect for
to be captain. You mean?
Yeah.
Marchand,
especially after that stunt, like
Marchand in the role he plays. Marchand in the role he plays for Boston could never ever be a captain.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, give him assistant captain for all I care, but he would never make a captain.
That's very true.
Poor guy.
Do we want to?
Hey, he's good at what he does.
Let's just throw this out here. Do we want to talk about fantasy for a few minutes? Do we want to get in a heated fantasy discussion?
Absolutely.
Well, if we do, I think I'm gonna need to go to the washroom real quick.
Yep. It's not like he's doing anything in fantasy, anyways. So, okay. We'll leave this for everyone to decide. I have Eichel, Kuznetsov, Malkin, Marner, Tkachuk. Thank you for that. Shabbat, Hughes, Theodore, Connor, Hall, Marchessault, Dahlin, Pavarov, and then I have Bennington, Leonard, and Samsonov as my goalies. Pretty good. Not gonna toot my own horn too much, but that's pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. Bobby, what do you got?
For any of our listeners who have made it to this segment, check out our Instagram. We have a post with a screenshot of our draft.
Sorry about that.
So you can,
and we will when the season starts, we will keep you track of who is doing what and like what deals have been made. Maybe not what deals, but like who's winning, who's not winning.
At the moment, there's the 4 of us who host this podcast, and then 2 viewers in the league. So there will be 3 matchups every week.
Yeah. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. You want to stay
I
tuned?
am
It's gonna be
very
fun.
excited for this fantasy league season.
I'm hoping if we get enough people for maybe next season, we'll do a giveaway with it, and we'll do like some big. You win like a T-shirt or cash, or we'll do something maybe.
Mm-hmm. $1 million to whoever wins the league.
You can't say that.
Just to get a lot of
That's
people in.
not true. You're not getting $1 million. You're getting like $5 if you win this. Maybe 10 if you're lucky. Okay.
If we make any money off this podcast, we'll split it with you.
I was thinking a good thing would be you win the fantasy league, you get to come on the podcast for an episode.
It actually would be a pretty good idea.
I was thinking that'd be a good idea.
Because that comes playoff time. Oh, yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
I
But
like my team. I'll feel more than welcome to toot my own horn. I love my team.
For everyone listening, I'm trying to get 2 guys off waivers, and I can't say who they are because Bobby will most likely steal them from me. Or Liam will steal one from me, but I need at least one of these guys to give me something.
Well, if you want, Matt, we can just we can mute ourselves, and then you can just tell the audience.
That doesn't do shit. You can still hear me. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. Yeah, so
I will say, for anyone who's made it this far, I am proud of my 6th round selection of David Pasternak to sit on my injured reserve.
He got lucky.
I'm very proud of it, and I don't give a shit what anyone says.
So yeah, East Division, highly competitive. Discussion topic got a bit heated.
The only division I'll enjoy talking about more than the East is the North. Is the All Canada division.
I genuinely don't think we've had more fun on the podcast than talking about the East Division and how absolutely fucked up it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't had more fun. This was funny. Fantasy League. If Liam kicks my ass, I'm gonna cry.
Should make a bet.
This is my first fantasy league too, so it's gonna be extra embarrassing.
Can we make a bet, the 4 of us, with Paul on who finishes higher?
Oh, we need to decide. What fantasy league punishment is gonna be for whoever finishes last.
There's a punishment for this?
We all know who's getting that.
Out of the 4, no. Out of the 4 of us, who finishes last? The 4 of us on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
It's between me and Liam, this is what happened. Paul's thing was glitching, and he auto-drafted like Stamkos, Ovechkin, yada yada yada, and he was just
so many good players like on accident.
Literally, he got like 5 of the top 10. So
wait, no,
that's the wrong guy. He had McDavid.
Okay, no, that's my opponent this week.
He got McDavid too.
I
think it's probably gonna be between me and Liam for bottom of the fantasy league.
I think it's definitely going to be me, just because of my lack of experience.
But you picked you did get some good picks. I will admit it.
I got Crosby, which we've already established is no longer as good as
we just
so you better watch your back.
We just debunked your first overall pick. Oh no, Tavares was your first overall.
Oh yeah, well I also got Tavares, but just wanted to.
Bobby, who was your first
Crosby
overall?
My first. Who was my? It was Draisaitl. Because he was still available with the 4th pick. There's not a chance. I was going to go for McKinnon.
I picked last in the first round, which was 6th, and first in the second round. I was gonna go Eichel Draisaitl right off the bat because I didn't think anyone was gonna be like, hey, Draisaitl. I thought like you would have gone some Toronto dumbass.
I know Draisaitl is always top in the league in points.
I thought you would have had like Matthews or Stamkos or someone.
No, I would have had McKinnon, but one of the other people in the draft took Matthews and McKinnon. So okay,
I thought you would have gone Toronto first overall pick. You would have done something.
I know more about hockey.
I know. Bobby was a threat, but we have one viewer. He is like an amazing fantasy team. Like we're gonna get screwed. But yeah,
Matt Taylor. Just so you know, you got us worried.
we are scared. Like
I am horrified.
Is he playing or no? He's playing you, Bobby.
Nope, he's playing me, and I'm not at all worried. I really am not. I like my team. I have full confidence in my team.
Do we shit on?
He's got you beaten forwards.
No. I have the better forwards, but I was just looking for more high-powered defensemen. That's all it was.
He's got more high-powered.
Yeah, that's why you
I have
keep,
full faith in my team to smoke this dude.
Are we gonna? Should we rank fantasy real quick? Like, what are our predictions for ending it?
Oh, okay.
We want to do that, or
I'm done with that.
Okay, so we're gonna rank it.
We're getting a lot done in this episode.
You know what? I'm actually really happy we did fantasy, and I was thinking we'd do an episode on itself. But let's just do it.
Credit to all people who've watched an hour and 21 minutes of us.
We've been recording that long?
No, it's only been an hour and 7. We've been on a little because we were on the call a little bit before to talk about stuff, and your mic.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna throw out my rank first. I'm saying Paul, Matt, me, Bobby, Liam, and our final viewer. I think that's what it's gonna be. Liam,
I'm not sure.
I put you second last. I feel like such a dick.
No. I mean, you're very.
It's justified.
Your team's not even that bad.
It's not that bad, but Matt's justified.
It's just that I don't know how to use those guys. Like you guys know exactly like who you want and what's gonna make your team. What's gonna beef up your team. And
I'm going off the best guys available. I have no list.
I'm happy I got Shabbat from you for O'Reilly. That was a huge deal for me, and I'm happy. Yeah,
I was pretty happy with O'Reilly.
So I looked back at it in the draft before I made you that deal, and I'm happy I didn't say this. O'Reilly was the worst forward I had out of everyone.
Oh, are you kidding me?
By like 30 points, he was the worst.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He was still 50 points ahead of Shabbat, but like I needed solid defense.
Fuck, man.
Well, I'm looking back. I have pretty good defensemen. I am proud of my defensemen. I was just looking for someone like a little bit higher. I don't have anyone below 200 points. Below 200 fantasy points. I'm proud of my team. I will say that.
Because I started out with pretty strong defensemen, but then like throughout the trades, I just kind of lost them.
You still have good defensemen.
Yeah.
It could be better.
Dude, you took 2 of the top 3 defensemen on my list.
Well,
all right, Liam, do you have a ranking?
And I could have had all 3.
I just accidentally clicked on Paul's ranking, and I'm crying inside.
All right, Liam. Liam, do you have your ranking for our fantasy teams for our fantasy league this season?
Yeah. What's your rank here, buddy?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna put Paul, Matt Taylor. So the other Matt, Bobby, you, Matt, myself, and Chloe.
Wait, Bobby, what was your ranking?
I haven't done mine yet. Not to toot my own horn, but I have myself number 1. I have Paul.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Me, Paul, Matt Taylor, you, Matt, Liam, and our other mysterious viewer.
I literally think
What?
the only close thing in this division is me and Bobby.
No.
Yeah.
I think I blow anyone out of the water.
No. No. Okay.
Besides Paul, I think I blow anyone out of the water.
No. No. You're third at best.
No.
You're third if my team chokes. Okay, so do we all agree Paul's first?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Bobby, you're being outmanned here. Paul's first.
Okay, okay. I can agree with that. Like, you think Paul wins the league?
He wins the whole thing. Yeah.
I think I make it to the finals and give Paul a run for his money. I still think I win.
I can see that.
I still think I win, but I at least make the finals against Paul. I don't see anyone else crashing my team out.
I feel like I could beat you.
I have no confidence in me.
I mean, I probably put
Sit back and
far
watch
too
the
much faith in how many points you're projected to get, but
So, wait, you can check point projection?
point projections, like Jack Eichel's projected for 348.5.
Pretty good. Okay, so number 2. Do we all agree number 2's Matt?
Other Matt?
Yeah.
I do not agree. But I'm probably gonna get outmanned.
Yeah, Liam. Yeah. So, yeah, those are the for sure. Number 3s. Who do we got number 3? I say me. Bobby's going himself, Liam.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give this one to Bobby.
Thank you.
And then we
No,
can
you know
all
what? I'm
agree-
putting me in the third bracket.
Oh my god.
Don't you sleep on me.
I feel like I'm saying all this and he's going to kick our ass and win the whole thing.
Thank you.
Not you, Liam.
Damn it.
You suck, Liam.
How
Liam's
do I
I'll
suck?
never let you live this down if that happens.
like literally. If you beat me in the first week, I'm gonna be sad. Okay, so let's just put this into perspective. So it's a week by week thing. So from the 13th to the 17th is me versus Liam. Every single one of Liam's players plays on Wednesday. 4 of mine play on Wednesday.
Well,
That's
good news.
it. He's gonna blow me out of the water on the first day because I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I got really lucky with that
Well,
one.
good news. Matchups. So for our viewers, we'll see if I can find matchups. But I know our first week matchup is all games between January 13th and January 17th. So all the games in that span are all out for grabs.
So we will keep you updated at the end of
Yes.
every week.
Right?
We could do, like, if you want, we could do like a punishment every 3 weeks for people on the podcast. Or do we want to just do one big thing?
Okay. I have a proposition. Since we're all trashing each other's fantasy teams collectively, out of Matt, Liam, me, and Paul, whoever does worse has to openly be a Bruins supporter for an episode.
I was literally gonna say that. I was gonna say you have to wear a Boston
Oh my
hat or something
God,
for an
that's-
episode.
Maybe not like have to buy something to wear, but at least like actively be a Boston supporter
And
for
have
an
a Boston
episode.
background.
Yes.
You have to have a Boston
Oh.
background for a full episode.
And
No,
we
that's
will
good,
agree to
that's
this
good.
because Paul is not here with us today.
Yes. And Paul agrees because
He's
Yeah,
getting out.
Paul's not here to
Part of
defend
it.
himself.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. He's not here to defend it.
It's done. It's happening.
And maybe we'll do a side thing, like a tweet or something about the Bruins or something stupid.
I actually kind of hope I do lose now, just so that I can be the victim, because I think it would just be so funny to to just
The
like
guy,
it would become a hardcore Bruins supporter and just
the guy who knows the least about hockey on the podcast doesn't care if he loses. For
No,
you,
because
we're
it's
doing
gonna
a
be
special punishment now.
I mean, if I lose, I will happily become a Boston supporter. I hate the team, but apparently I'm the only one who tried to stand up for them today.
what are you talking about? I put them in second originally.
He did.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of Matt. I'm just thinking of Matt at one point having them finishing last in the division.
Yeah, Matt, what the
No,
hell?
no. I didn't say last. I said sixth.
No. You walked back your words as the episode went on, but you had them finishing close to last at one point today.
No, I said.
And that is.
No, I said bottom three.
Even
Bottom-
bottom three does not seem like.
Well, no. Okay, so I did put them at sixth, but I think I meant fifth. So I did say bottom three would be New Jersey. Like, so last is New Jersey, second last is Rangers, and then Boston. That's what I said.
Yeah, and your whole argument for putting them there is like,
They
oh,
lost.
they might
they
not
lost-
do that
No,
well.
they
might
lost
be
to
coming
Fenders.
off. They don't have the momentum. Whereas, historically speaking,
Historically
Yeah,
speaking, the Bruins have done good, but like they
Mhm.
lost some guys, and I just don't think that they're going to perform as well as they have in years past without those guys.
All right.
Okay, so before we kill each other, we should probably wrap up the episode.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
kill each other off camera. Don't worry.
yeah.
If Bobby doesn't show up next week, it was Liam. So thanks for watching again. Subscribe, click the bell notification, notify whenever we post again. Follow us on Instagram. Link will be in the description below. And remember, leave a like, comment what you think. Agree, disagree with us. Tell Bobby he's wrong. Tell me I'm right. And we'll see you
An
next.
idiot.
And comment. This is one thing. Comment who's winning fantasy.
And join the fantasy if you want.
We can't do that because fantasy already started.
Well, next year, join fantasy.
Next year, join fantasy. We didn't have many people for fantasy, but next year, join fantasy, and we'll do something big. Hope to see you guys soon. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for watching, guys.